What's up, everybody? It's time to talk about Clank. This one is dropping on retail this week. It is awesome. We picked it up at Gen Con. We've played the crap out of this game. It's a great deck building adventure game combination. As the guys from Man vs. Meeple said, this is really going to set the standard for deck building going forward. It's really innovative and quite nice and simple too. So jump right in, right? You've got this really sick, awesome adventure board. You are adventurers, thieves trying to dive into the dungeon and gather up artifacts and loot and as much stuff as you possibly can. Well, you do that by, like any good deck builder, you start with your standard cards and you build those out. You purchase things, you kill stuff, you get loot, you get through the game, right? You build your deck, you optimize, you win. So the cool part about this is in the dungeon, so you've got the castle and the village up top. Down low you've got the depths and the dungeon. Well, in the dungeon resides, they have a really crazy name on there, but they shorten it to Nikki. Nikki is down there and her meeple is pretty awesome. Check that out. Nikki is ready to eat you alive. She is ready to kill you dead. So, when you're trying to sneak through the dungeon, you're going to be making a lot of noise, which is going to draw her ire as you steal her treasures and do the bad stuff that you're trying to do in the dungeon. So, this is represented by these little cubes here, and that's the Clank. So, the mechanic is, during the game, the dragon is going to do some attacks on you. And the more noise you make, the more cubes that go in the bag. Well, when the dragon attacks and draws your cubes go on your health track. Once you accumulate the 10 spots, you die and you're out. So that kind of gives you the general mechanic of the more noise you make, the more times the dragon attacks. There's also 30 black cubes in here that represent the dragon's wrath building, and that doesn't do anything. So there is that kind of gambling of you may get away with it for a little while and nothing bad happens. So the key to winning is figuring out how deep in the dungeon do I want to go, because you can only carry one artifact. And so some artifacts are worth 5 measly points. But the big ones are worth, like, say, 25 or even 30, okay? And so, but the thing about those is they're kind of way down deep in the dungeon. So you can kind of spur on. There's this little, the angst is, do I sprint in, run in here, get this easy one, grab a few other little things around here, and get back out? Because once you get back out, you start making, you obviously get a 20-point bonus, which is awesome, right? You get the 20-point bonus. But then, as this track, as you see right here, you move down the track and you make automatic dragon attacks on your turn, and they pull more cubes. And then on the 5th turn, that would be your turn, if you're already out and you've escaped the castle, you instantly kill everybody. So there's 2 ways that this scores. At the end of the game, if you get out, you score all your points. If you get above the green line here, you've made it out of the depths. So even if the dragon kills everybody else, you can still get to score your points. But if you're still in the dungeon below the green line, you die, no points are scored. So you have to kind of toe the line. How deep am I going to get? It's things like that. So the cards allow you to do, like any good deck builder, a couple things. They have buying power, which is the blue diamond there. The green victory points on the top, and then the cost is down here. Now they have a bunch of different things that they do, but like that adds 3 Clank, but it adds a lot of buying power. This guy lets you draw a card, and if you have the monkey idols, which are over here, you can go get those. You get this extra little bonus, so you can build on it. So the way that the dragon attacks too, there's also, wait a minute, before I get to that, there's also monsters that come up in there, and that you can kill those, and bad things happen when they arrive from the deck, and you get money and you can screw everybody else, which is always fun. But like, all right, so I've got an example turn here set up for my first draw. The 5 beginner cards. So I've got 4 buying power and I've got 1 movement. That's the boots. The boots are movement, so 1 movement. So let's say I'm red player. I can do one movement. I'm in here, and I've got 4 buying power. So I'm going to look at what the market has to buy, and I want to take the Scepter 8 board. That's going to go just like any deck builder into your discard. That's all I can spend. Any leftover resources go away. Boom, that happens. Okay, so you would draw your next 5 cards, and you're ready to go when it gets back to your turn. So anytime there's an open spot, you draw the next card, and you reveal it. Okay, boom, the dragon attacks. So the dragon attacks, you round up all your Clank, you put it in the bag. You're going to draw based off of where it's at on the track. She's here. You'll draw 2 cubes, and they'll go where they go on the board here. So that is generally the game. It's really fast, really fun. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to play with a 4-player, and you're going to get a lot of replay out of it. Actually, you can flip this board over, and there's a different dungeon on the back, so that's pretty cool. I guess the biggest thing that I like about it is each time I've played, I've tried a different strategy. Hold on, you know what? Let's do this. Testing out the review part. So the part that I like the most, I think, is each time I've played it, I've done a different strategy, tried a different, do I want to just barely get in there and grab something quick and a few things and then jet back out and make everybody else freak out because they're deeper in there? Or do I want to try to dive deep and go into the market, buy some upgrades, do a few other things like that? So each time I've played it, and I've played it about 7 or 8 times at this point, I've really, really enjoyed it. So I think, something that us gamers care about. Let me flip it. Their insert for the box is super legit. I mean, yeah, Renegade, awesome, way to go. This is a winner, guys. This is one you're going to want in your collection. I want to put this on in your collection for sure. I give it 2 thumbs up if I have a rating system. So that's it. That's awesome. It's Clank. See you guys.